Hey everyone, Dom here, and in this video I'm going to talk about an instrument that so many Cubase users forget about. It deserves way more credit than it gets and allows you to create sounds like this in seconds. Let's check it out. This is going to be a love letter to Padshop, this instrument that you have inside your Cubase plugins folder and you probably never open. Admit it, you know who you are. If you're new here, my name is DOMSIGALAS. I'm a music producer, composer, and sound designer, and this channel is dedicated to the art of music, from producing to mixing to creating sounds. Okay, let's jump into this miracle plugin and let's see what the fuss is all about. So this is Padshop 2, and as you know, this is a plugin that exists in Cubase, but you can also get it standalone if you're using another DAW like Logic or Pro Tools and so on and so forth. Now, the great thing with Padshop is, of course, it comes with amazing presets, and I've even created a library for Padshop Apollo. If you want to check it out, you're free to check it out, but this video is all about showing you how you can create sounds in Padshop. So I don't want you to go and buy my presets unless you really want to and you really like them. I want to show you how you can create your own, okay? That's the purpose of this video. I want to show you how easy it is, because most people are worried that they won't be able to create any cool sounds out of this instrument, and I disagree. Let me show you. So this is how Padshop comes up when you load a new instance, and all it's waiting for you is to drop a sample in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play one of these samples. Let's see. This is just a very simple vocal sample, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it and drop it into Padshop, and now we've loaded this sample into Padshop. The one thing you need to know about Padshop is that it has two engines. We have the Granular engine, so this is the Granular synthesizer, and then we have the Spectral engine. And if you want to switch between the two, you can go here, and this is the Spectral, this is the Granular. That's one thing that's super important, because these two engines are completely different synths and they sound completely different. What I'm going to do for this vocal is I'm going to go for the Spectral engine, and we can combine these two engines together. Let me show you how this sounds straight away. So this is the Spectral engine, and as you can see, it sounds very much like a sample player. The first thing you can do is, of course, trim your sample. That's great. One thing that I love doing is going here to my loop and alternate it. And you know what? If you want, you can even just trim the sample even more. I'm going to have a little bit of a slower attack. And see, it already sounds very interesting. The other thing that I like to do before I start creating a sound is I like to use my auto gain here, so that my sample has a more consistent gain. Now, here's the big thing about the spectral synthesis here. You can change the speed to the point that you can even make it 0. So I can just pretty much stop this sample in time. I'm gonna make it very slow for now. Now, let me show you the most important things that you need to know. The one thing that is super cool is that you can change the number of voices. So I'm gonna go for, let's say, 3 to 4 voices. If you have a slow machine, be cautious, because if you go all the way to 8, your machine might not be able to cope. I have a Mac Studio Ultra here, so it's absolutely fine, but I'm gonna keep it at 4, and most machines will be able to cope with that. Now what you can do is you can spread these voices, detune them, and pan them. And as you can see already, we have a very interesting pad sound. Well, that's why it's called Padshop, right? I can make the speed a little bit faster. And I can randomize the position if I want to. See, beautiful. Now, the other thing that we can do, and this adds a lot of dimension to any patch you're going to create with Padshop, is use the purity. And what I like to do with purity is I like to go here and just play with it a little bit. And sometimes I like this so much that I like to add it to my mode wheel. So I'm going to enable my mode wheel, and now you will see that when I use my +3 right here, which I have assigned to my mode wheel, and the beautiful thing is that Padshop and the Spectral oscillator will adapt to the sample. So with every sample that you use there, you might get a completely different result. So as you can see, I haven't done anything crazy. I just touched a few of these controls that are super crucial, and already I have a very interesting sound. So if I want, I can go to my effects here and I can activate a reverb, and I'm going to load a preset that I have right here. Feel free to copy it. It's called Dom Long Lush. Of course, if I want, I can play with the the amplitude right here. So sharper attack. I want to keep it as a pad for now. Of course, we have a filter. It's beautiful, isn't it? I actually wanted to show you this for a while because this is a plugin that you don't have to spend any money to get amazing sounds from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to layer B because we have 2 layers in Padshop. I'm going to activate it. And now what I'm going to do, so that we can listen to just this layer, I'm going to go here and mix all the way to layer B. I'm going to drop the same sample in there. I'm going to leave this in granular mode. So let's see how this sounds. As you can see straight away, it sounds very different. Now I'm going to add a little bit of speed. Trim the sample. Actually, why don't we keep it like this? Let's see. Now here's what you need to do here. You will get great results if you start upping the number of voices. So I'm going to go for 4 and play with the duration a little bit. I'm going to randomize some things as well right here. See, already, super interesting. Just make a little bit like a slower attack time. And right here, you can see we have the different sections. So we have speed. This is how fast it's going to play all the grains. See? And we can also randomize the duration. And spread it. and this gives you lots of unpredictability to the sound. I want to pause this video right here and ask you, have you subscribed to this channel? If you haven't, please do. It's a free way to support this channel. Leave a like, and of course, if you want to support what I do, you can also check out my instruments, the Modern 80s Kit Max, and if you grab it, I hope you make some great music with it, or you can check out my mastering courses. I've done 3 mastering courses, one for mastering in Cubase with only Cubase tool, one for mastering in the box, and one for mastering with analog gear. Okay, now let's get back to the sounds. If you want to go completely nuts, you can start randomizing your pitch as well. So if I go here and randomize the pitch, see, this is the pitch section. You can create some really crazy effects, especially if you're scoring like horror films. This is the perfect instrument to do this. I can even spread the position. When I do this, you will see that these cursors right here, that we're going to have multiple of them, are going to be spread even more. And of course, if you play with the speed, you can get very, very interesting results. I love this. I absolutely love this. So now I'm going to go to effects and make sure I add a little bit more reverb to layer B right here. And now we can blend these 2 layers together. Let's have a listen. Beautiful, right? I mean, these kinds of sounds, sometimes you have to pay a lot of money to get from instruments that are third-party, like stuff like Omnisphere and stuff like this. You will get these kinds of sounds, and you can actually create them super easily in Padshop. Let me create a completely different sound now. I'm going to go and load this sample. So I'm going to drop it in here. Let's go to Spectral Oscillator again. And you know what? Straight away, I'm going to go and add this just to the very beginning. You know, I just want one note. Just gonna go alternate, and I'm going to make it very slow. So as you can see, I changed the root note to make this a C. Now let's add some voices. I'm going to spread them a little bit, detune them slightly, and pan them. Let's randomize a little bit as well. And this is a sound that has no reverb yet. Okay, if we play with the purity a little bit. I like this, it's very nice and warm. Okay, reverb, effects, let's add the global reverb. I'm gonna add my preset here. If I want, I can even add an arpeggiator. Okay, now let's go and add the same sample to my layer B, and I'm going to use the Granular synthesizer in this case. So let's do the same thing that we did before. I'm going to add a little bit of speed, I'm going to add a number of voices, change the duration. Interesting, right? Let's spread it. Already very, very interesting. Let's try and randomize the pitch. That's very interesting. You know, you can create all those beautiful effects. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the duration. See what I'm doing there? I'm not doing anything complicated. I'm just showing you the parameters that you can touch and something interesting will happen. Okay, let's bring in the other layer. And you know what? For the other layer, I'm going to treat it as a pad. So I'm going to go something like this. And you know what? Why not use some modulation? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and assign the LFO1 to the panning. Let's do this. See what I'm doing here? Beautiful, angelic sounds. And of course, if I want to, I can just say, you know what, I'm just going to restrict my sample like this. And these are the basics of these two engines. This is not supposed to be a deep tutorial into Padshop, but let me know if you want me to do this. If I get enough requests, you know how it goes, I'm gonna do it. But of course, we also have pitch parameters here. We have our filters. These are stuff that are available in most synthesizers, so I'm not diving too deep into these. And we also have our modulation matrix. If you're familiar with Retrolog, you will know how to use this. We also have a step sequencer right here. There's a lot of stuff, but I think this is enough to get you started creating amazing sounds with Padshop without spending a dime. It's pretty good, isn't it? There you go, my friends. I hope this video inspires you to fire up Padshop and start creating your own unique sounds. This plugin is a preset machine. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you like this video, you might also enjoy watching this video or this video. Have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.